In this episode we're showing you how you can buy an amazing German BMW and what you have to do to be able to drive it into the sunset.
All my friends, yellow rider.
Hello everyone! In this special episode we are going on an epic road trip to purchase a new car for my friend Lucas. He has been looking for an old BMW for quite some time and recently he stumbled on a deal that he couldn't refuse. So in this video we are going to drive 650 kilometers into Germany to purchase the car, and we are going to show you what we had to do to get the thing home. We're starting the journey at 4 AM in the morning with me hating my life and getting ready to meet my friends. We're using Elias's Ford as transportation, and like me, he didn't like to wake up this early. After the smoke screen had dissolved, we hopped in and got on the road. After sitting in the car for what felt like centuries, we finally took an exit of the B roads and the GPS indicated that we were close. Then we spotted a man sitting in his front yard with a glorious red machine sitting in front of it. This is a BMW E34 530i Touring. It is powered by a 3-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine producing 218 horsepower at 5,800 RPM. It weighs about 1600 kilograms and when new it went from 0 to 100 in 7.9 seconds and had a top speed of 235 kilometers per hour. This particular example is from 1992, has done over 300,000 kilometers and is fitted with a manual gearbox. Off camera we did a quick test drive which satisfied Lucas, so he and the previous owner signed some paperwork and the sale was made. The previous owner, Andreas, was really generous because with the sale he gave us a bunch of extra stuff. We got the original set of wheels, 2 extra differentials, a roof rack and a variety of spare parts. With everything loaded up, it was time to get ready for the hardest part of our trip. You probably noticed that we didn't bring a trailer, and that's because we're planning on driving the Bimmer home. But that means we have to try to get the car registered, which doesn't promise to be an easy task. We're leaving the Bimmer and making our way to a registration office. To be able to drive the BMW home, we need what is called a Zollkennzeichen. In essence, this is a number plate to drive the car for a short period of time in a foreign country. We are a bit tense since we really need the car to be registered because otherwise we would have to do the 700-kilometer journey again with a trailer or we would be stuck here in Germany. Additionally, none of us really master the German language and we're running late because the offices close at 4 PM. So yeah, we're nervous. Nevertheless, we think we have the proper paperwork to make this happen. At the end of the episode I will list all the documents that we have used in this video in case any of you want to do this yourself. When presenting the documents, it was quickly evident that we were missing something. It was really hard to communicate for the reason that nobody in the office speaks English. But we did manage to understand that we were missing one document and that the car should also be presented for inspection. The office closed in 30 minutes, so we tried calling Andreas to ask if he could quickly bring the car over. But sadly, he didn't answer his phone. So all we could do was leave with our tails between our legs, which felt properly scheisse. Now we're stuck in Germany with a car we bought, but can't drive home, and we have no plan B. We decided to get a hotel room and try again tomorrow. To work something out, we went back to Andreas. We agreed that he would join us to the registration office tomorrow, which was really kind. After everything was arranged, we were confident that tomorrow we would have a good chance at taking the Bimmer home. So we went back to the hotel. The break of dawn brought some new motivation and positivity. So we hurried to Andreas to pick up him and the car. When we arrived, we yanked off the number plates and got inside, hoping that today we can leave with our own plates on the car. After a short wait, it was our turn to present our papers to the clerk. The difference of having someone with us who is German is amazing. Everything went smooth and the staff was actually friendly to us. All our documents were approved, so we got to the next stage of the process, which was an inspection of the car. Essentially, it was just one of the clerks checking out if the VIN number matches with the registration. He approved the car, so we went back inside. There they finally gave us the permission to print out a number plate, which we had to do in another office. It took about 10 minutes and cost 38 euros. Then we had to head back for the final time to get 2 seals put onto them. And to our astonishment, that was actually it. We finally got it done. After a lengthy process that was a serious pain in the neck, we left with our transit number plates in our hands, ready to be thrown on the car. The last thing we had to do was drive Andreas back home. After a generous cup of coffee, we left while Andreas was saying goodbye to his beloved car. We felt sorry for him because we know how it feels to sell a car you love, especially since he has had it for so long. But the car is in good hands and will be driven properly. The first 10 minutes Lucas had alone with his car were while driving to a gas station, and I think the smile on his face says enough. However, his joy might be short-lived as he is going to find out how much it costs to fill up the car. After inflating the tires, we hit the road. We were in search of a nice deserted road where we could take some pictures, and we quickly found one near a railroad track. It was a nice little flat road where no traffic drove, so it was ideal to take some nice shots. V8 sounded pretty good, but it was obvious that she needed a louder exhaust, especially after we heard some flybys. After Elias and me were granted a test drive, it was time to head home because we had a long trip ahead of us. And let's cross our fingers that the Beamer stays in one piece. The first part of our journey, we were a bit bummed that the Autobahn was restricted the whole way, probably due to the heavy traffic. To make matters worse, we hit a big traffic jam that was caused by a car fire. When it finally cleared up, we took the first exit to refuel, and we were quite curious to see how thirsty she is. We burned 61 liters of gasoline in 533 kilometers, which after calculation results in 11.4 liters per 100 kilometers. Which to us is a lot, but better than we expected. After grabbing a quick bite to eat in a traditional German restaurant, the traffic cleared up and we could enjoy the Autobahn the way it should be. So eventually the three of us made it home safe. We're still really pleased that we managed to buy a 27-year-old car in a foreign country and got to drive it home for like 700 kilometers without having any issues. So yeah, the adventure was a lot of fun, and it was also nice to drive the car on de-restricted Autobahn, so yeah, that's a nice bonus. And I really encourage you to do something like this as well, because it's a lot of fun. So if you want to buy a car in Germany like we did and then drive it home, these are the things that you are going to need for a transit number plate. First of all, you need your ID. Second, you need to have both the registration certificates that come with the car when you buy it. Then you need a test certificate that says that the car is safe to be driven on the road. In German, this is called TÜV. You need an insurance that is valid for the time that you're planning on driving it on the transit number plates. We suggest you search this online. It was really easy, and I think it was 80 euros for 15 days. It also has to be a German insurance, so keep that in mind. And then lastly, you need a certificate that says that you paid German road taxes. And this was actually the document that we were missing at first. We solved this by filling in a document that would send us an invoice later for the amount of money that we had to pay. But this can only be done with a German bank account. And we did this by using Andreas's bank account, the previous owner, and then we would send him the money back, which was really kind of him. There is another way to do this, but we're still not sure how. There is some place you can buy this, but to this day we still don't know where you can do it. So with all that in order, you can get a number plate made, then you have to take the number plate to them again and they will put 2 stickers on it and then you're good to go. I would advise you to bring someone who speaks at least a little German, preferably the previous owner, but that might be difficult. So that concludes our adventure. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. And if you've got more questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. We also just hit 10,000 subscribers and I'm eternally grateful for all you guys' support. So thank you very much and until next time.